Hello everyone and welcome to today's Moon Magic readings. If you are already a Moon Magic Super Soul, welcome back, and if you are new, welcome. Today we are asking, what are your biggest opportunities for growth right now? And I'm also going to be asking, how do you achieve this? Can we get information? Can we get guidance to help you to know what you can do to fulfill these opportunities? So we have 3 cards to choose from today. I will be asking the universe in a moment as well. I'll put that in a separate timestamp along with the timestamps for the readings. But we have 3 cards to choose from, 3 beautiful crystal stars. So let me show these to you in more detail. So for pile 1, we have the Angel of Health. This is your card. Got a very light energy. And this is sitting with the Trolleyite heart. I'd perhaps call it a heart. The Trolleyite star. My apologies, little crystal star calling you a heart. Not that that is a negative, is it? Let's face it. And perhaps we're just tuning into heart-centered energy. So this is the Trolleyite star. Then for pile 2, we have Angel of Love. Very beautiful and highly appropriate. This little star is rose quartz. So this is the crystal. So that is rose quartz. And then we have for pile 3. Pile 3 we have Angel of Positivity. Really, really upbeat energies in each of these cards, actually. Quite amazing. So we have the Angel of Positivity for pile 3, and we have the Black Obsidian Star. This is what it's looking like. Okay, so those are the cards, the crystals for today's readings, and we are asking, what are your biggest opportunities for growth right now? And how do you achieve them? What can you do? So beautiful souls, I'm going to leave the camera running just for a few moments longer to give you a little bit more time in case you want to really sit and get centered and just lean into the energy. In a moment, I'll ask the universe, and then I will see you in the readings. Welcome everyone. This is the part of the video where we ask the universe to find the right pile or piles. We're going to click on Reveal My Pile. This is on the homepage of my website. You can always use it to find a pile for any reading. Pile 2 is today, or indeed you can use it to find a reading. So today the universe is recommending pile 2. Beautiful souls, I'll see you in the reading in just a moment. Pile 1, what are your biggest opportunities for growth right now? And how do you achieve this? You have Angel of Health, and the first thing I am going to do is draw some runes for you. Actually, it's 1 coming through, and this is amazing. You've got Berkana. Berkana is the rune of growth. Okay, but it's very interesting because it's like starting afresh. That's the kind of energy that it brings. It's like it's represented, but it's got an energy of birth about it and of the birch tree. And the birch tree is the tree that literally starts, it's like it starts a new forest. If there's a forest fire and a whole area is seemingly wiped out, it'll be the birch tree that sprouts first. It has this profound energy of new beginnings. It's why it's often seen and symbolized, along with birth. Now this is fascinating. I'm really being shown as well, on a birch tree, the silver birch trees, the way the bark kind of peels off, it's like you can write on it. It's like a sheet of paper. As a child, I used to love picking up pieces of birch bark, and like as if it was a scroll. Now, I'm not sure what that means or why I'm being shown that, but I am. Angel of Health. Let's draw more cards and find out what are your biggest opportunities for growth right now and what do you do to achieve them. You have, when walking, walk, when sitting, sit, but don't wobble. Wow. Okay. Beautiful souls. This is a very, very, very powerful card. You really are at a phase of moving forwards. I think you are at a pivotal point of a very, very, very big opportunity. What's your biggest opportunity for growth? It's a really big fresh start in some area of your life. However, I think because it's huge, maybe there is an element of you really literally having a wobble. When walking, walk. When sitting, sit, but don't wobble. Angel of Health. We need more cards before I can really say too much more. Change. Oh my goodness me. And there we see a chameleon. Wow. Okay. You also have gifts from God. Okay, Archangel Sandalphon. We angels bring you gifts from your Creator. Open your arms to receive. Okay. Now, if any of you are having a wobble about resources, are you worrying that you're trying to get something off the ground, or you're trying to birth something, or you're trying to dedicate your time to be able to create something, to be able to literally sort of like grow a new forest as a metaphor? And if you are worried or worrying about how on earth will you achieve this, will you have enough? Will there be enough finances? Will there be enough resources? Open your arms to receive. Now, this could even mean that you are going to be gifted. How do you achieve this? You may even be gifted something to achieve it. We'll draw more cards around this and ask. That's your next. But we will draw tarot cards and ask for lots more advice. Now, how interesting, you have Angel of Health and Angel of Lifestyle. Archangel Raphael, eat a healthful diet, get adequate sleep and exercise regularly for optimal health. It may be as well that some of you could be not attending to your physical health. Could be other areas of health as well, but I feel this is actually almost like your physical health as well as you could do. And I think part of the message, what can you do to achieve this, is about maintaining your optimum physical health. If you are not physically looking after yourself, let's say you're exhausted and so you just eat a ready meal or something because this is just a metaphor. I'm not suggesting you do, but, I suppose I know that I do sometimes. If I have a full-on day and I'm really tired, and I'll eat something that really isn't as good as I could be eating. And, of course, I don't wake up feeling monumentally replenished. It actually has a knock-on effect. And if physically we don't feel as good as we should or can be, what we eat is what we are in many ways, then that also impacts on us emotionally, which means that we're more likely to wobble. I think there's a sort of a bit of a cycle here where you're navigating changes. There's possibly some underlying anxiety about how you navigate a very big shift to a new beginning. It's a big new platform of life almost. And what Archangel Sandalphon actually helps you to get organised. He's very, very good at helping you to budget your time, to plan, to, work out a routine. And Archangel Raphael is, of course, the angel of healing. So I think you're being asked to make a conscious contribution to your own well-being. Your angels can walk with you. The archangels can support you 1,000%. But I think there's something here that is being suggested, that there may be some element of your lifestyle that, and it could just be a habit or an auto response, but I think it's energetically slowing you down actually. So this would be, I'll use myself as an example. Literally, I know that if I have a really long day, or if something lands in my world unexpectedly, and I thought I was going to have a really productive day, and then something shows up and I don't, and then I can get into a bit of a sort of self-critical mindset, and then, you know, I'm far more likely to kind of have a glass of wine, eat some chocolate, or eat some more unhealthy food to sort of to try to relax. But actually, in a way, it really backfires. And it's interesting, since I've been wearing like a little Fitbit thing, you know, which tells me about my sleep, I have noticed that whenever I eat badly, my sleep pattern isn't as good. Even if I wake up and I think I've slept really well, what's been recorded is showing me that I'm not actually really achieving the right kind of sleep. So it's really brought this to my attention. So I think this is what your message is actually about. Now, I think there's something that you can do. I think your biggest opportunity for growth is to do with this big new, I don't know, new chapter that you are literally in the process of transforming into. However, there is something about the way you navigate change, very specifically big changes, that is having an impact. As I said, I think it's slowing you down, and I think that's why this reading is showing up for you. Let's see what else we're shown and get more advice and guidance. You have, how interesting. So you have in the 8th house, so using other people's resources, getting and using power, something that feels like a life or death issue. Personal power, the mysteries of life, a major change. Okay, so we really are in that loop of profound changes, back to that profound change. I don't think there's any going back or any, you're in that zone of change, and that's it. There's no, and I think you know it. The change actually is the biggest opportunity. You then have Scorpio. How fascinating, because Scorpio rules the 8th house. Wow. So, power again. But isn't this interesting? Purification to resurrect. The secrets resulting from, again, there's power. The extraordinary power of prayer, the highest and lowest impacts. Being in control of a situation. Now, none of us are in control of everything, but we are in control of how we respond, which comes back to this energy of health again. Are you responding to situations or upheaval or transformation or change in a way that is promoting your best well-being, your best pathway of health? Because I think that's how you achieve this transition. Now, I'm very curious about the gifts from God. I want to ask for more information about this, because I feel like you're being given something. We angels bring you gifts from your Creator. Open your arms to receive. I think the gifts are connected to this big opportunity. So let's ask about the gifts. I think we've established a message coming through here to do with, you know, what can you do to achieve this? Kind of actually really monitor your health to the nth degree and really lean into a position of major self-care. I am hearing, particularly in terms of it's physical health that seems to be coming through here, like literally your lifestyle, what you eat, how much sleep you get, how much exercise you get, really your overall lifestyle. Let's ask about the gifts from God. I am seeing this and this one and this one. We can draw more in a moment. You have the Two of Wands. You have the Four. All these cards are coming out in reverse. Now, I don't generally read in reverse, but I'm noting that they are. I'm wondering if there's an energy. These are telling us about something that's slowing you down. Or I think maybe telling us about something that is possibly causing you to wobble, because the Four of Cups is a card where I almost want to say where it can sometimes feel like people are pressing your buttons or pushing you. Three of Pentacles, very productive energy. And the Six of Pentacles, a card of great generosity. Gosh, I do think actually something is going to be gifted to you. Now, it could, I think this will be resources. You're being pushed. Okay. Four of Cups, very, very interesting energy because it's quite static, it's quite stationary in its own way. I actually think your angels are trying to push you, nudge you, encourage you. That's what I think is happening here. It's like coming out of your cave. I think they are giving you opportunities. There is something here. This, because the Four of Cups can indicate a missed opportunity, though of course it did. These came out in reverse. I think your angels are really quite concerned that you could miss an opportunity to really grow if you wobble too much, or let's say you're, I don't know, coming home at the end of a stressful day, and you eat an unhealthy meal and it knocks you out, you sleep, but you don't sleep in the best way. But because you're not sleeping in the best way, maybe you're not open to receiving or integrating the full level of guidance that might come through in your dreams. I just feel that there's a concern here, that there's something about you blocking what's being given to you. And therefore, they're really asking you, really encouraging you to really open up to receiving what they are trying to give you. It may even be for some of you that you're gifted with something like resources, support, help, but you try to stay in your safe zone because, again, there's a wobble about really taking something forwards. That's what I'm feeling now. Whatever area of your life this is, my beautiful pile one, this isn't new. I mean, it is new, it's a new beginning, but I don't think I do think this is something that is already around you, and you are literally in the process of change and transformation. It's an extraordinary opportunity. Things may be being brought to the surface with Scorpio. What's happening at the moment is that you're being invited to step up into your own source of empowerment. This also includes like self-control. It's self-control rather than control of others. There's something about really navigating how you navigate change. And I think you are literally to be supported and gifted with whatever you need to move through this transformation, but you do need to be available to receive it. And I almost want to say that, don't be stuck or complacent or think, oh, that's happening again, or I'm really tired. This is a real kind of embrace something wholeheartedly. Really embrace it. This is the energy and the messages that are coming through for you here. Your biggest opportunity, whatever this is present already. It's part of a huge transition. And however it is arriving, you're being asked to be a super duperly active participant in this process by being ultra, ultra, ultra aware of your own physical well-being, your own health, doing what is needed to really super duperly look after yourself and invest in your physical body, and therefore your emotions, your mind, all being in a really, really high vibrational resonance, so you can receive what is being gifted to you in every way. And I do feel that a gift is going to be given to you. This looks, now whether this is renewed health, renewed energy, or actual resources, I am seeing something being gifted to you here. You have look at this, you've got, this is very wow. This is seriously wow. You have the Knight of Cups, my beautiful souls. I kind of want to really, really, really go, woo, this is just amazing. You've got the Knight of Cups. You've also got the Knight of Wands. And you have the Star. Oh, now this could well be somebody coming in to your world to assist you. 2 nights, wow. Chemistry. It's happening. just if any of you are in the early stages of some sort of connection, and you are kind of like you're feeling really good about it, but you're having a wobble. Gosh, don't wobble. Don't wobble. If this was an individual reading, that would be the title. Don't wobble. Whatever the opportunity, I think I want to say reach out. Don't be afraid to reach out. Don't be afraid to receive. This is all about you stepping up, taking full responsibility for who you are, for your own well-being, and really, really also acting upon every doorway that is opened for you. With 2 nights, you are in a position for things to move forwards really very, very quickly. But you need to be available to literally to be able to do that, to be an active participant, not to be complacent. This is very, very mind-blowing. And with the star as well. Actually, the high vibrational energy, the star, it's about optimism. It's about aligning. Knowing yourself, warts and all, and just aligning with the highest vibration of intent. Beautiful souls, however the new chapter, the new life, the new you is emerging, not only is this a confirmation, but what it's really highlighting is your participation in that process and your capacity to embrace it fully and not slow it down. These are fast cards. Don't slow this down. Everything you need will come to you. And if you are noticing elements of your world where you either feel disempowered, then take back your power. Or, gosh, where you notice your own, I think there'll be times when you notice your own patterns. You're being shown them so you can change them. This is a real amazing reading of being given a huge amount of angelic support and guidance, of spirit having your back in every way, and potentially people arriving, being gifted with the resources you need, but of you needing to also be an incredibly active, committed participant in maintaining your own high vibration, physically, emotionally, because that impacts on every element of your world. Pile 1, this is your reading. Wow, we never know what's coming through in a reading, but wow. Gosh, beautiful souls, I am sending you all the love in the world. Thank you so, so much for being here. It's a real honour to be connected with you all. Beautiful souls, thank you so much, all of you who like, share, subscribe, and all the things you do that support the channel, and all of you who are members. Loads and loads and loads and loads of love. Pile 2, welcome to your reading. You have the Angel of Love. Perhaps that is the biggest opportunity for your growth right now, is connected to love. Now that could be love of yourself. It could be love of the divine, love of life, love of the spirit world, love of, your environment, the place you're in, love of another, an intimate partnership. It could be love of your friends, love of your family. It could just be love. And maybe that is the highest vibrational opportunity right now for your growth. I don't know. Let's find out. We are also going to be asking, how do you achieve this? What do you need to know? Now, I'm going to draw runes for you first of all. Pile 1 has just 1 rune. You have 2. You have the rune of movement. This is Awaz. Now, this is the bettering of any situation, and it's the gathering of momentum. And you have the rune of harvest. Now, this can indicate a time scale, like a time scale of a year. So this could be the fruition of something that began for you a year ago. It could be something that you have already started that will come to fruition in a year. Let's find out. Let's get more information. There's your card. Your first. You have the wave and the sea are one. How beautiful. The wave and the sea are one. You also have defense. Okay, this is interesting. Okay, you have healthy lifestyle. This came out in pile 1 actually. Archangel Raphael, eat a healthful diet, get adequate sleep and exercise regularly for optimal health. There is your second card. Patience. Ah, how interesting. Archangel Jophiel, your dreams are blooming more rapidly than you realize. Still, they need nurturing and patience, which is very, very interesting. Very, very interesting, because the harvest rune, Jira, sometimes speaks about the need for patience because it connects to like a whole cycle. If you think about a harvest where we till the soil or we let it rest even in the winter, then we till the soil and then we sow our seeds and then we nurture those, then we have to kind of weed them as they start to grow and tend to them and nurture them, and eventually we bring the harvest in. But it's like there's a whole process, there's a cycle, there's something here about a cycle. The same with the wave and the sea. But I might actually read to you, get that book, because these are beautiful cards. I don't know that they're in print anymore, if I'm honest. Somebody asked me about these. I'm not even sure what the numbers are, so I'm going to have to go through. Okay, go through the book and see. I don't think there's an index for them. Okay. My apologies for taking so long, but I'm sure it will be worth it. Here we go. The wave and sea are one. Master Thich Nhat Hanh writes, the wave lives the life of a wave, and at the same time, the life of water. Zen teaches that our seemingly separate life is like an individual wave that rises and falls on a great sea of being. Like a wave, we are propelled forwards by the deep currents of life. If we only experience the surface of things, we will believe that we are the wave. Then we will feel as if we are being pushed around by life and will fear crashing down onto the rocky shore below. If we experience the depth of things, we will know that we are the whole ocean, and all anxiety will disappear. Waves come and go, but the ocean remains. Wow, that is so, so, so beautiful. Okay, I will read you the thoughts to contemplate, but I need to put my glasses on because it's much smaller writing. Are you feeling, so thoughts to contemplate, are you feeling tossed around like a wave on the sea? Go deeper. Be a part of life, not apart from life. Let life flow through you and live in harmony with its ebb and flow. Movement has an ebb and flow. Fighting the current is a waste of energy. Pushing the current will not hurry things along. Ride the waves of life with equanimity, knowing that you are in reality the whole sea. Are you anxious? Imagine yourself as a wave with the power of the whole sea behind it, unstoppable. Feel the life force surging through you. What is there to be anxious about? You are life itself. Wow. Okay. Now, my beautiful souls, I do think with the rune of movement, because when I see this rune, when I feel its energy, I often see like a river moving down and joining the sea. There's a recognition that we can join something bigger. We come together. I think there is a bigger picture somehow in terms of your biggest opportunity for growth right now. I need more information. Let's get more. But I do feel there is something about being able to step away, to see that there is always a bigger picture and that you are not isolated in that. You are an integral part of the connectedness, the love of all of life. It's Feels like it's very very deep and very profound. We have service to others, the 6th house. What is good for us? Your work. As a full-time job, service again, service, and do things a little at a time, taking small steps. Curious about the card of defense. In a moment, we'll draw cards specifically to ask, about this. And here I am tapping the wave and the sea. Okay, and then we have the 1st house. This is who you are, your desires, your actions, and the way you project yourself, your service to others, the way you're seen by others, who you believe you are is what's coming through here. Do you know, on some level, this is actually interconnected to love of yourself at a really, really core level. Healthy lifestyle. Are you really looking after yourself? Are you patient with yourself, or are you impatient? You know, if you think about it, some people can have a really raging inner critic to the point where it's like a raging inner bully. And, you know, I think if people who have a big inner critic and really judge themselves, if you were to stop and listen to the language you use with yourself, would you use it with someone else? You know, would you? Sometimes people are like really literally quite mean to themselves, really quite unkind internally to themselves. Are you really putting yourself under pressure? I feel as though your biggest opportunity for growth is actually to love yourself, to be kind to yourself. I feel as though there's a recognition of you. I think you're walking a really lovely pathway. I think you are looking after you're making your best contribution. I think there's a pathway to go that is about your greatest contribution. But there's something about seeing obstacles when we are living in a tumultuous time. There's no question of it. And I feel as though maybe you're looking through the lens. If something goes wrong, you possibly judge yourself. You may even feel critical of others as well, I don't know. But I do feel this is like returning you to love. Really allowing yourself to have patience with yourself. Things are going to gather momentum. Things are going to, the harvest will come in. And I feel as though your message is sort of saying you can't, your biggest opportunity for growth is to recognize that if you are in alignment with love of yourself and you're patient and kind to yourself, that your world will flourish more quickly. Let's ask about the card of defense, because I'm very curious. I want to know a little bit more about this for you, my pile twos. May we kindly ask, what is the rune of defense about? Okay, this and that one. Straighten your cards out a little bit. You have the Hermit. Okay, you have the 8 of Cups and you have Temperance. Okay. I do feel that some of you are feeling a bit alone. Now, obviously this could be a message for some and not all. For some of you, I think you have walked away from something, or and I think you are going deep. There's a big deep dive. But yeah, I think some of you have basically walked away from a situation. I think you needed to, because something was actually out of balance. And I'm so sorry if it was a challenge. But for me, it feels as if there's a sense of you feeling a bit isolated, feeling like you're out on your own, not feeling very connected with people. Could be with groups of people, could be largely you might even just feel totally disconnected with the world around you. Just sometimes it could, especially with so much going on. We are in a period of tumultuous change, and you may be really feeling it and feeling like you just don't resonate with the world around you, or the groups of people around you, or whatever that may be. And as I said, I do feel some of you have walked away. You needed to. I think you needed to walk away because a situation or even a relationship was not in balance, but there's also a sense of you now needing to bring yourself back into balance in your own right. If I give you a sort of a scenario, just to try and describe the energy, it's kind of like, it would be like leaving an unhealthy situation because you knew that it didn't resonate with you. But at the same time, when you left it, you then felt quite isolated or quite alone. So even though you knew you did the right thing, it's almost as though you did the right thing because you knew you needed to bring yourself back into balance. However, it's also left you feeling out of balance simply by, it would be like if you left a group of friends because they didn't resonate with you, but you haven't yet found the new group of friends. You haven't yet realigned, and therefore you're sort of feeling a bit, you kind of, on the one hand, you did the right thing. On the other hand, you haven't realigned your own balance yet. You may still be processing the emotions of what you left, what you walked away from, what you left behind. I think you made a very big decision here. This is a really fascinating, very, very deep reading, but very fascinating, because I do think the decision you made was so that you could align with service and higher purpose. And I really, really wish to honour you for that. And you knew, I think, that you couldn't remain as you were because you would have not been, you would have been in an environment that was out of love, literally out of sync with love. However, you haven't, the discombobulation from the process of leaving has not yet realigned. So what you can do to achieve this is honouring that you did the right thing, but also honouring how you might be feeling, which is also a bit defensive and prickly. Because if we do walk away from a situation, we are understandably defensive and prickly. Be kind to yourself. Be thoughtful to yourself. You made a very big decision, I feel, and you did so in pursuit of the higher good, the service. You just knew you couldn't remain where you were. I think it's now time to bring you back into balance, to honour the decision you made because it was the right one. I think it was genuinely the right thing, and that's what your reading is talking about. You know, what are your biggest opportunities for growth? I think it's pursuing the pathway that you are moving to, because I think leaving something was the right decision. There is a harvest to be brought in. You're in a process of transition and you need healing right now to bring yourself back into balance and realignment. But you were right to make that shift and that change because it was needed for you to pursue your own pathway of service. You were right. I think you understand your contribution to the whole, your resonance to the whole, but this has been very discombobulating. You have the card of the Chariot. I think things are going to shift and move forwards very quickly for you. I really do. I really do. Okay, let's move these along. You have the Chariot. You have the Lovers. Okay. You made the right choice. I think you made the right choice, but there's still, I think you're going over it. You've got the Nine of Swords and then the Tower. I think this is one of those scenarios where you're still going over it, and maybe for some of you, you're even questioning whether you did make the right choice. This is an affirmation that you did. It's an affirmation that you made the right decision, you made the right choice, and I think there's a process to go through. I think this is going to move forwards far more quickly than you realise. And the one thing you can do is stop worrying about whether you made the right decision, and just almost like embrace the change. Embrace the change. You did the right thing. Let's ask with the Tower card. You're nearly there. You've got the Nine of Wands. It's like you're pretty close to, I think you're pretty close to the sort of the residue, the processing of this being over. Oh, look at that, you've got the star, beautiful. Yeah, you're very close to the finish line, and just keep processing this. But the biggest message here, what can you do? What's your biggest opportunity for growth? The biggest opportunity for growth was to exit something that no longer resonated with you, because you're to step into that higher purpose and service. And that this is literally embodying the essence of love. And I think you've done it. I think you've already made the choice. If you haven't, then you're in the middle of doing it. But I think most of you have. It's a huge recognition of doing something for the right reasons. Actually, how do you achieve that full transition to a place where you really are knowingly, like with every cell of your body, knowing that you're back on track, and where doorways are just flowing open for you with movement, AWAS, the bettering of any situation, things gathering momentum, and I think they will. It is literally just process the last of the residue of this, but do so with absolute kindness and patience to yourself. Love yourself, honor the choice you made. It was the right one. Keep your eyes on where you want to be. Love yourself, appreciate yourself. Everything is going to shift. I do feel, my beautiful pile twos, I want to draw just a few more cards, get a sneaky peek into the future, because I feel something can shift very, very quickly. If this is really shifting your energy away from worrying about it, feeling defensive, to just embracing where you are right now, in love, almost like really, really saying, do you know what, I'm so glad I did that, way to go me. Honour yourself. Six of Pentacles, I think a gift. You'll be gifted with something to help you to move forwards. Oh yes, you will. It's followed by the Eight of Pentacles. That's magic. This is all about the pathway you're meant to be walking, to do with your service, your contribution, the higher purpose. Much more about your work than, it is about service, your work. But my goodness me, you will, I think you'll get almost like an injection of something, a gift of something, so that you can really move forwards. Now, I think this is imminent. You're, at the moment, the thing that you can do to achieve what you need to achieve is literally to be kind to yourself. Look after yourself. Be kind. Don't criticize yourself. Don't go over and over and over, questioning, doubting. Accept the decision you made. Know wholeheartedly it was the right one. Move forwards with dedication, commitment, and open yourself to receive whatever it is you're going to need to be able to carry on that pathway of service that you actually had already committed to, simply by exiting something that no longer resonated with you. This reading is really honouring you, pile two, in a really, really big way. Beautiful souls, the harvest will come. And my goodness me, love the doing of it, and really honour yourself for where you are. I think you made a very big leap, a very big choice, a very big decision, and you were completely right. You could not have moved forwards in true service had you not made that choice. Beautiful souls, I am sending you all the love in the world. Thank you so much, all of you, for liking, sharing, subscribing, being members and supporting the channel in every way that you do. And thank you so, so much for being here. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to make sure you never, ever, ever miss a reading. Loads of love. Pile 3, welcome to your reading. You have the Angel of Positivity and the Black Obsidian star. It's so beautiful. I feel you're being so, so, so protected and literally led into the light. You might actually even be in a zone where you've been through a negative experience, and there's literally a light at the end of the tunnel, like a rainbow bridge of healing. But let's find out. Let's draw some runes for you first of all. You know, it's so interesting. Pile 1 had 1 rune, pile 2 had 2 runes, and pile 3, my dear ones, you have 3 runes. You have Tewaz, the spiritual warrior. You have Manaz, the rune of the self, and you have Awaz, the rune of movement, which also came out in pile 2. Okay. Angel of positivity. This is about discernment, making personal choices, and a very, very, very big shift forwards. Okay, what is your biggest opportunities for growth right now? I wonder if at doorway, literally, there'll be an opening for you. Very guided, though. If the universe, if spirit source opens a doorway for you, you've got to walk through it. Although your angels are definitely trying to guide you. You have the wise don't strive to arrive. Ah, how interesting. The wise don't strive to arrive. Okay. You also have let go. Look at this, Cancer, coming out of your shell. What are you letting go of? Self-doubt, inhibitions, I don't know. The wise don't strive to arrive. There's your cards from some angel cards here. You have peace. Oh, and breathe. Oh, this is lovely. You have Archangel Chamuel. Peace comes from remembering that only love is real. And breathe. Archangel Raphael. This is about releasing old patterns, letting go. The wise don't strive to arrive. Now, the energy of Tewaz is very decisive and quite direct, actually. And yet, Manaz. Manaz, the rune of the self. It's like the symbol of the P, which is the rune of joy. If you split it down the middle and open it up, it's like joy looking at joy. The wise don't strive to arrive. I wonder if you are being called to. I feel like you're being called to let go of a specific outcome to something. That's actually what's coming through. To let go of expectations, to let go of a specific outcome. It's like letting go of, when we're manifesting, there's nothing wrong with getting very clear. And if we're manifesting, I've met people who are really, very focused on manifesting, and they have a really specific list, this, every box must be ticked. But the universe sometimes delivers us what we desire, and it doesn't always come in the shape or form that we were expecting. And the energy at the time of doing these readings, whenever you find them, these are timeless, but the energy is very tumultuous. There's lots of unexpected things happening. Very sudden changes are taking place. I wonder if something is going to... I think that you can't force something. You can't make something happen. I think it's going to happen anyway. I think it's going to flow. We'll draw cards to find out more. But I don't think you can force the outcome or make it into the shape you want. It needs to almost like emerge in its own right, which I think it will, and for the good and for the better. Patiently. What you want, not get what you need. How interesting. Do you know, I almost said sometimes the universe gives us what we need rather than what we want. And there you have this card. What a validation. Your beliefs, what you value, your resources. This is about second house. Yeah, I think this is about... I think an opportunity for growth is about learning to let go of an expectation as to what something might look like. We have the first house. The way you project yourself, who you are doing something. And you have Manaz, the rune of the self, who you are, your desires, your actions. What is your biggest opportunity for growth right now? I can see what you need to do about it, or how to achieve it. How to achieve it is not striving to make it happen, not trying to control how it happens, and to let go of specific even specific ideas about this is how I will do it. You know, it will be what, you know, A, B, C, D, E, and da da da, A to Z, and I know how it's going to work, because I think it will go, it will take its own route. I can see how, but I'm not sure what it is. Maybe we kindly get more information about what it is that you are manifesting. It's something I suspect as well. Being in the second house, it's something in your world that you are manifesting. That you are absolutely, so for you, it's the goal, the end goal, or the dream, the end dream. You have the Emperor, and you have the Three of Cups. Okay. Gosh, if any of you, this is very specific, so it will obviously only be relevant to some, but not all. If any of you are wanting to conceive a child, or you're wanting to, I don't know, you want a relationship to move forward, you want to get engaged, or, you know, there's something here of wanting a family, perhaps for some of you. You can't make it happen. This is about letting it unfold. Relaxing, recognizing that when we let go, we've come across this. I have several friends actually who were, interestingly enough, adopted. I was at school with somebody who was adopted, and it was really, really interesting that her parents her adopted parents tried to have a baby, and the moment they adopted her, and they relaxed, and then they conceived. And so she has two other sisters, actually. There are three of them. But, you know, it was super lovely outcome. You know, they are a very good, strong family, all of them. But isn't it interesting that it's that sort of sense of relaxation? And I think, as I said, the how is very clear. Remove expectations, you know, just relax, let it unfold. You have the Magician, I mean, my goodness me, and the Ace of Wands. This is about something that you are manifesting. And this is like an affirmation. You know, the biggest opportunity for your growth right now is actually to release your perspective, or the lens that you have about how you are going to do it, or what exactly it will look like in terms of what you are manifesting. Take a breather. Let go of that desired outcome. Let it evolve. Let it unfold. Maybe we kindly ask. I'm seeing this one. Yeah, you have the Devil. I think this card in your reading is really signifying, again, if you're very, very strongly connected to exactly how you want something to be or to look, then again, you're being asked to cut those cords, and also, you know, take some time to just look at why do you need to be so specific? You know, can you cut the cords that tie you? Can you release those expectations of, as this is how it must be, and allow your desires to be fulfilled without you sort of being tangled? I mean, this almost feels like a proper manifestation reading, a proper law of attraction reading, where it's like knowing what you want, knowing your desire, knowing what the end goal is, trusting that your angels are walking with you, and then just allowing it from a peaceful place to manifest. I'm not saying you won't need to take action. I think with the Emperor you will. But it's choosing to take action in response to something, as opposed to, I mean, there's a lot of actionable energy here. Choosing to take action in response to something rather than trying to fix it and sort of tie yourself to a particular route or a particular way of doing something. Let's see what else we are shown in terms of how this might unfold for you, my beautiful pile 3. You know, what are your biggest opportunities for growth? Well, you have the Sun, which is a super good card. Amazing. You have the King of Pentacles. Oh my goodness me. You have the Moon. And you have the Death card. Wow. These are huge cards. I mean, look how many Major Arcana cards you have. It's huge, isn't it? The transformation that you desire. For some of you, it might be like the light at the end of the tunnel. You might be in a position where you're trying to achieve something and it's not working and you're really striving to make it happen. The key here is you do need to take action, but to try to, as I said, be responsive and relinquish that sort of idea of control over it. I think you'll get the outcome you desire. You have the Sun, you have the King of Pentacles. The transformation that you desire, the new dawn, is coming. I think that along the way, there is going to be, and I don't voice this negatively, but I need to voice it because that's what I feel I'm seeing here. With the moon energy, I do feel there will be some pockets of time along the way in the process of transformation when you do feel a bit confused, when you might feel a little bit like you're lacking in clarity, you're not quite sure what step to take next. Just breathe. I think every step of the way you'll be guided and supported and indeed protected. The wise don't strive to arrive. You'll be shown, if you work, I don't know if any of you work with the moon cycles, I'm very big on working with the moon. If you want to make sure you never miss not just a reading here, but also moon updates, any extra moon stuff, do subscribe and press the little bell icon. If you're into working with the moon phases, then you'll know that at certain points in the moon month, there are times when we can really activate our choices. We can also get very still. There's times to move forwards and be actioning things. There are other times in a moon month to really stand still, to rest, to open ourselves for illumination. I think working with the moon would benefit you enormously because we become much more responsive rather than constantly trying to control what happens. But your reading is very clear. Your biggest opportunity for growth is to hold your vision of what you want to manifest, but to not be fixed about how you achieve it, and also to allow the magic to happen on your behalf, and trust that even if you're not sure about something at any point, that Spirit Source will show you the way. Your angels will step in, you will be guided. And that's actually what your reading is saying. The transformation, the new dawn is coming. So if you're in a situation that's feeling like you are feeling a bit confused or a bit wobbly, just let it unfold. This isn't a sort of a do-nothing reading, but it's also don't try to force it either. It really is. Respond rather than react. Let things unfold, let things flow, respond as you go. Take full responsibility and accountability for your actions as well. Recognize if you are holding yourself back as opposed to, circumstances. For some of you, you might be holding yourself back, almost placing limitations upon yourself. But everything here is suggesting that the rebirth, the new dawn is coming. So whatever your situation, absolutely whatever that may be, I think, that future that you are manifesting, that outcome, it's on its way. It's just that you can't make it. You can't create the route to make it happen. Source Spirit will do that for you, but you can assist by relinquishing those expectations as to how, and sitting in a space of peace, of positivity, taking time to breathe, and just being an observer of your own experience and being responsive to whatever shows up and taking action when you need to, and really, really, really following through and letting, it's almost like let the abundance of your pathway and of your dreams come, be gifted to you. Let it unfold, knowing that it will come. Your circumstances are going to radically change. Trust. I know it's hard sometimes. It's a big human thing, isn't it? Because I think we all wobble. It's a natural thing to wobble. But beautiful souls, everything here is like a huge, huge, huge affirmation for you. Beautiful souls, this is your reading. I am sending you all the love in the world. Thank you so much for everything you do to support the channel, liking, sharing, subscribing. If you would like to make sure that you never miss a reading as mentioned or any of the moon updates, do subscribe and press the little bell icon. And thank you so much, all of you who are also members here. It's really amazing to be connected with all of you. Loads of love.